Hey y'all, it's Chimsy. Oh my gosh, my hair looks incredible. I love it. So, this is primarily gonna be an LA vlog. I was in LA for my friend's wedding and I wanna share all the footage, you know. And I also wanna talk about some of the things I learned, some of the things I've already reflected on, like in my podcast, Voice Notes from Your Friends. Other things I haven't really talked too much about and I wanna get into it. But before we do, Patreon people, you're the best. I love you, thank you. Subscribers, thanks for hanging out. And of course, I'm a creative coach. All right, so first thing is the process of getting my hair straightened for my friend's wedding. The most important thing about this, I had never in my life ever gone to a salon to get my hair done. That is the truth. So I'm in my early 30s. I have never once before this experience gotten my hair done professionally in a salon. This was powerful for a couple of reasons. One is I learned about the concept of hyper-independence from this incredible book called Running on Empty, and it's about childhood emotional neglect. And it talks about how if you've experienced neglect, you're more likely to be super hyper independent. You are just really, really serious about doing everything yourself, taking care of yourself, because that's what you learned and that's how you were able to survive. I learned about this term and I immediately felt seen because I was like, yup, I can relate. Even little stuff I've noticed, like I live with my sister and she'll like offer me to like, oh, do you need like a ride to like this place or that place? And there'll be times when I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I could like accept the love and support of getting a ride there instead of paying for an Uber. And that's something new. Like that's something that's still like alive in me, just asking for basic levels of help and support and receiving them. So I'm getting my hair done in the salon. It's incredible, obviously. It's also brand new. So like all these things that I've seen in movies and TV shows and heard references in songs. And I'm just like, oh yeah, the hair shop and sitting under the dryer and all these things. And I'm like, this is what they've been talking about. And it was powerful because I've straightened my hair a couple of times before. It takes so much work, so much work. The difference in just letting someone help me and support me, I realized how visceral it is. Like when we're going through our life doing things because it's how we adapted to do it, we don't have that other thing to compare it to. We don't have this other experience to say, oh, it could be like this, but I'm choosing to have it this way. It's not a true choice. Me doing my hair, and I love to do my hair. I did these braids. I had so much genuine fun doing these braids. It wasn't a true choice before because I didn't really have the experience of the alternative to know that it could be this wonderful, relaxing experience. My only job is to sit there and then in a couple of hours, my hair is done. That was really important for my emotional and spiritual and healing development. And one of the many reasons I'm grateful to my friend for allowing me to witness her get married. The other thing, just this hair experience was really powerful for, was helping me to understand the way I have a lot of, creative dreams and things and experiences that I'm calling in, but I don't obviously have a visceral experience of having, experienced these things, right? Because they are manifestations awaiting to happen. And one of the things that I would love to experience is being on a show and getting my hair and makeup done, right? Like as a part of my role in this show. And so I have on my vision board, like literally sitting in the chair and there's like the spread of the makeup on the counter. And I've gotten my makeup done before, only a handful of times. And that was super helpful to understand viscerally, like, oh, this is what it would be like to be sitting there getting my makeup done. I've never done it for my hair, even though I have natural hair, and that's like a whole thing in the media community or whatever. But when I was sitting there getting my hair done, first time ever getting a blowout, the way my scalp was not prepared for that hot ass air to be blowing and to feel the dryer and to feel the iron right up against my scalp. I literally asked her, I was like, is this supposed to hurt this much? And she was like, you've never done this before, girl. You don't really know. You don't have any frame of reference. It's fine. And when she moved to the center of my head, it was much more manageable. But it helped me to realize like, oh, I'm calling in this experience having no idea what it would actually be like. And it felt like such a reminder that we want all these things and there is a reason why it hasn't necessarily manifested yet. And it could be because maybe consciously you think you want it, but if you were to actually experience it, you would be like, oh wait, actually, actually not in love with this. I have missed the ocean so much. Oh, I love it. Being back in LA was so much fun. We actually went to Venice Beach first, walked around the beach, got some food. The review. What was cool is that when I let people know that I was in LA, I had so many people reach out like, oh my gosh, how long are you in town? And I realized like, oh yeah, I did live here for like a year and a half. I have a network here. There are people that I could hang out and catch up with and talk to who would be happy to see me and vice versa. All right, it is the day of the wedding. I'm so freaking excited. I'm about to, can you see my butt from here? I'm trying to be very modest. I'm trying to be very modest for the internet. I'm about to hop in the tub, get my outfit on. It's a pretty cute little hotel room. I'm not gonna give y'all a whole tour or anything. Very standard. This is the bathroom, for instance. So I'm just gonna go in here, and then this is my dress. It is a wrap dress, so. Oh, this is my sister coming in during my vlog. Feel free. Oh, it's okay. Oh, she's on the phone too, so never mind. I kind of want to straighten the back of my hair a little bit because the heat, you know, has averted these curls back here. So I kind of want to like straighten it so that it can like, so I can like comb it to the back of my head. That's kind of my vision. But I know, especially with weddings, like you are not the point, right? The bride and groom are the point. The celebration is the point. I'm just doing the whole thing. Let's take a picture of me. I'm like smiling like an idiot. Wow. So we're here at the venue. It's so beautiful. And what I love, my friend is Asian American, so I love getting to be a part of a different culture and seeing the way they celebrate love. It's so beautiful. And I've been to a couple of Nigerian weddings, so I'm used to those rituals. So it just feels so expansive. And I have this like deep gratitude that I get to have friends from all over the world. And honestly, shout out Remote Year, because I met Helen as a friend on Remote Year. I do have a promo code. If you want to sign up. And that was back in 2018 and it's 2023. So 5 years after doing that program, I'm still being blessed by it. Woo! Woo!
Please stay.
I honestly feel like this wedding is gonna be an experience that informs the rest of my life. I honestly felt the way God was showing me what's possible in terms of healthy relationships through this wedding and through this marriage. And it was powerful. Like, it was powerful. It was eye-opening, humbling. And what's so beautiful is, like, you know, there's certain things that there's a lot of, like, not mystique, but it's just like maybe put on a pedestal, or it's seen as this thing that's like, yeah, it just feels so kind of not even foreign, but just feels like, you know, like you can't really wrap your mind around it. And for me, healthy, romantic marriages was one of those things. And so to see the enormity and the power of that choice being made, the fact that someone I knew and loved was making that choice, so it was like this really remarkable, courageous thing, but someone I know is doing it, it just made it seem possible in a whole new way. And that's what I love about my friend Helen, is that, like, she really embodies fully living life and the courage that it takes to actually be in life. And that's in her embodiment that, like, everyone who got to witness her and her marriage, like, yeah, we all benefit from it. Oh, so cool. It was so cool. I didn't think weddings would be so cool. I'm like, whoa, whoa. I always just thought it was a party. I was like, I'm just going to a good party. It's like, no, this is a whole ritual. This is a whole ceremony. The Spirit is here. Like, the Holy Spirit was like, I'm here. Like, incredible.
You can now use the cell functions of your small portable electronic devices as long as they are within reach. If you are making any changes here, double check the TV monitors inside the terminal for your next accurate gate and times of departure. That's the termination of this flight number, so take a look in that seat back pocket for all your eyes. iPhones, iPods, eyeglasses, anything you place it in there, make sure you grab them. Then once you step off the aircraft, you will not be allowed to step back on, and you can bid for those items on eBay like everyone else if you leave them behind.